Hey, what's going on guys, Oscarmini here, and in today's video, we're going to take a final look at the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 Android device. I've actually had this device for a long while now, and when I started seeing leaks on the Redmi Note 8 Pro, I thought I should finally use this device extensively and rate where the smartphone fits in about 8 months later. So this video should basically show you my likes, dislikes on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7, and if it's still worth you throwing your money on this device right now. So without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. Before I head into the full review, here's how my unboxing experience went.
So let's get to open this box for the first time. It's actually my first time getting this smartphone out of this box, and the first thing you're greeted with is an envelope, and this envelope houses the warranty card, some paperwork, and a case, a TPU case for the smartphone. Let me drop this here. So the next thing down is the smartphone itself, and this is the Neptune Blue variant here. 4 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs internal memory. Other than that, you get to see a USB Type-C cable, the charging brick, and this is rated at 10 amps. Nothing special, not a fast charger. And that's all you have within the box for the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7.
I'll rush you through the design and specs of the smartphone right now. The bottom houses the speaker grills and the USB Type-C ports. One thing I noticed about the openings for the speaker was that there are no speakers at the left part, as sound only comes off the right openings. I guess the microphone might be hidden somewhere within those left holes. The right side houses the volume rocker and the power button, while the left side features a dual hybrid SIM tray as seen here. Now, to the top of the smartphone is a headphone 3.5mm jack port and an IR blaster, which I've been using to control electronics at home, obviously with the help of apps on the Play Store. One amazing thing I love about the Redmi Note 7 is the fact that it's actually built to represent quality in the mid-range tier, as can be seen here with the Gorilla Glass 5 both at the front and back. Speaking of the front and back, the rear houses a dual camera setup, LED flash and the fingerprint sensor, while the front side shows off a 13MP sensor and the water drop notch and a 6.3-inch 1080p 19.5:9 aspect ratio display, about 409 ppi density and an 81.4% screen to body ratio. Color representation is quite sharp and vibrant, maxing out at about 479 nits of brightness, and obviously an LCD panel with punchy colors. When it comes to the camera, yep, I know you've been longing to see how the 48MP camera stacks up against the competition. I wouldn't be going into the details here, but just bear in mind that the tech behind the camera sensor, which is rated 48MP, in real life equates to a 12MP sensor with a slightly larger than usual micron size. Hence, you have a camera with a 12MP equivalent that'll be great at low light photos than the competition. The other camera is a 5MP sensor for depth sensing. Here are a couple photos and video from the rear camera on the smartphone. The front camera on the other hand has decent photos to its name and is spec'd at 13MP. Photos are quite sharp. The edge detection when it came to portraits weren't exactly perfect, but they were quite usable, and here are samples.
Hey, what's going on guys, Oscarmini here, and this is a front-facing camera for the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7. It's actually pretty cool and decent for the price, and I think I do love it at this price point. You guys should let me know what you think about this camera in the comment section below, as I'd love to hear your opinion about this, what you think. This one is quite heavy right now, but this is pretty good, it's okay.
Performance on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 is in fact one place this device shines. I mean, I've tested a decent number of phones, and for this price, I for sure can say that the Redmi Note 7 is the value champion. This variant I have here has 4GB of RAM, 64GB of internal storage, Snapdragon 660, Adreno 512 GPU, and runs Android 9 Pie out of the box. Performance here blew me off my feet, and that's not because I haven't seen a smartphone way better, but I really haven't seen a smartphone around this price point yet this good. I could play AAA titles quite smoothly on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7 and was amazed as to how it handled these games efficiently. The battery on the Redmi Note 7 is rated 4000 mAh capacity, and I can tell you for sure that this is one of the few 4000 mAh devices that takes me into the next day on average use. One thing that I kind of find annoying is the fact that you do not get fast charger from within the box, as you have a 10-watt charger included. But you have support for Quick Chat 4.0, and I ended up using fast chargers instead, which juiced up this battery in a little less than 2 hours. Speaking of the things I don't like the fact that the camera performs just like a 12 megapixel sensor, while we were made to expect a 48 megapixel sensor output. I don't like the fact that we do not get an earpiece included in the box. Also, I'm turned towards seeing the colors on the display to be a little off and saturated. Now, that's gonna boil down to personal preference. Honestly, there isn't much to complain about this phone considering its price, and when it comes to pricing, the Redmi Note 7 sells for about $180 or 65,000 naira for the variant I have here, and that's real value for your money. I honestly would pick this over the Phantom 9, except an AMOLED display and an in-display fingerprint sensor are your priorities in getting a smartphone. So what's my verdict on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7? Though it's been roughly 8 months since we first saw this device on the smartphone market, it definitely still packs a whole bunch value. I mean, the value to price ratio right now is way up there, and for 65,000 naira, which converts to $180, this should be one of the best smartphones for you, period. So just a quick recap, you get Snapdragon 660 here, 4GB of RAM, a nice camera setup, Corning Gorilla Glass 5, a full HD display, and a long-lasting 4000 mAh battery. Come on, what more can you ask? And there you have it, my long-term review on the Xiaomi Redmi Note 7. Feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section, and do not forget to subscribe and turn on the post notification by hitting the little bell icon next to the subscription button below. Also, like this video if you do find it helpful. Other than that, it's goodbye, and I'ma catch you in the next one. Cuídate.